All right, hello and welcome. So today, I haven't been able to be getting it on for quite some time, but I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. And if you can join me, then great. I know it's not a regularly scheduled stream, but hey, if you want to jump on, you can maybe challenge me. We can play it out and see how you do. Also, if you want, we can crack some packs and do whatever we want. So come hang out with me if you want. All right. So, anyways, let's just see what we can do. So today, what I was thinking of doing is just going in and playing some of my favorite decks that I've been playing in Historic. I'm not really playing Standard right now because Standard's just too expensive and too it's just crazy, like how hard it is to get in there. Oh, hello. So, um, Caden's Epic Movies. That's another amazing channel that you should check out if you can. They are a fan of the channel. All right. So, let's go check it out and see how we're doing. There's been mainly like 4 or 5 main decks I've been playing in Historic. If you want, we can go over the deck techs on them. Let's go check it out. So, one is this Boros Tokens ones. Boros Tokens is super, super aggressive. It's fun. You either win fast or you lose fast, right? One of the things also is that you need to just remember super aggression all the time. Um, yeah, it's actually not that expensive to build either. It doesn't take too many wildcards. But let's go check it out and see how we do. All right. So what we want to do is get a whole bunch of tokens out and eventually play into a Transmogrify, right, and get an Elesh Norn onto the battlefield. But this is actually going to be decent pressure. We're going to get a 1/1 vampire, and then next turn we'll be able to go to Intangible Virtue, potentially Intangible Virtue again, and just keep building it up. Right, and then we're likely to draw more token generation as well, so we can go try it out and see how we do. Right, so I'd prefer if this, instead of a second Intangible Virtue, if we had another token generator, but we'll see if we can come up with it. Also, getting an Elesh Norn is very, very oppressive for your to your opponent. Right, it's like really, really hard because a lot of the times, like Modern plays like these really small creatures, or Historic likes to play these really small creatures. All right, so next turn we have to play this Needleverge Pathway on red. Okay, so if our opponent doesn't destroy our creature here, we're going to pick up 2 life, which is okay. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, alright, yeah. The whole point of this deck is just to go wide and overwhelm our opponent with a whole bunch of small tokens. Our opponent's going to be very reluctant to just like spend their removal on small tokens like that. But if they do, it's not the end of the world because we have ways of making more eventually. We'll throw this down and just get Intangible Virtue. Hopefully we pick up another token generator, but if we don't, next turn we can play Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and then we can use Chandra to basically get some card advantage, because she's got an ability that just says that you can draw a card. So, okay, so we'll get Chandra. Okay, they're not going to have, I don't know if there's any, like 2 or 3 mana instant speed removal here, so. Okay, so just exit that. We don't need another Intangible Virtue. Alright, so that's going to cycle to maybe another token making card that we can use. Alright. Looks good so far. Oh, Davriel. Davriel's not exactly what we want. Okay. Accept one of Davriel's offers, then accept now. I don't think we can do 2 damage to any particular person, like to a Planeswalker. Oh, that'll do it though. So, okay, so we're gonna play this. We'll pay our 2 life. We're gonna go and exile the top card and see what we can get.
Yep, you're going down.
Yeah, we'll play it. Because then on our opponent's end step, we can get a pair of goblins, and those will be enormous goblins, right? So they're going to be a +3/+3, so those will be 5/3 goblins. Ooh, Phyrexian Obliterator. Not so cool. But I think we might be able to transmogrify it. I've done this before where I transmogrified an Obliterator into something else, right? So we'll see what we do. Okay. If we transmogrify it into something awful, then we're just screwed. but okay. Okay, so 4 force. Let's transmogrify this guy, because we just can't attack with that in play. Okay, so what do we... Frick, another one. Okay, that's a problem. Still, he cannot attack with it, so that's good. Okay, so we'll just deal damage, so no attacks. We got unlucky with the transmogrifying, unless maybe that's the only creature he has. He might only have one. Let's see. Alright, well if he has swings, that's okay. We can actually... we could be almost lethal next turn. Because if we swing in, we'll be swinging in for 12. So, no blocks. Yeah, we'll swing in for 12 and then do 2 damage to our opponent with Chandra. So unless they have a way of killing our creatures, like they're kind of screwed. Alright. Okay, so let's see what they have. Oh, all creatures get -4/-4. That's not so good. Alright. Not what I wanted. That did not go well. Okay, let's see what we can do. Portable Hold does not help us at all. So let's go and exile top card of our library.
This will be easy.
Decline. Yeah, we'll go next. I don't know if there's a way out of this. End turn. On our opponent's end step, we'll get a pair of goblins. Then we can maybe pressure our opponent. They don't have any way of necessarily gaining life. Okay. So, let's see. This one seems kind of weird. I wonder how this plays, like, if you can even play this in paper. I actually don't know. You can, whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Okay. And creatures you control. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now, there we have some ways out of this, depending on what we get here. Pass. Okay, so we'll have to lose our Chandra. Oh man, Obliterator's really rough on us.
Figure it out on your own.
Second one, okay. I think we concede on this one. Yeah, you can't really handle double Obliterator, especially because it seems like that's the only thing that he has, right? Because I transmogrified it and got another one, and then he drew another one, so that's probably the only creature he's got, right? So, alright, let's try again. We'll go Boros tokens again, see how we do. I think we just got a unfavorable deck matching there. Right, but still, that's okay. So, after this, what I'll do is I'll go and, let's say after every time I win, we'll just crack some packs and see how we go, and then we can get, like, you guys can, you know, solve it, or have any crack packs and fix that you might want to see. Right, like I know a lot of people like cracking packs. I really like it as well, and there are some cards that I'm looking for. I've got a ton of boosters and stuff like that I'd like to open, but I just haven't had a chance to. Right, things have been so busy. Okay, well we got Transmogrify, so that's good. Right, it could be really rough on our opponent if depending on what they're playing, especially if they're playing that mono white life gain deck. It's can be really bad. Rune Crab, this one is not so good. Okay, but we might be able to just basically outplay them, like just go too wide for them to handle. Okay. Alright, so let's go get this down. Next, on our opponent's end step, we'll go raise the alarm. Then we'll go into wedding announcement. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll go wedding announcement and on our next turn right? And then we'll draw a card because we'll attack with both of our people and raise the alarm. So, okay, so both of our soldiers will attack. Oh, I got confused. Damn it, it was my turn. I meant to do it on my opponent's end step. That's okay. I don't think they're going to have any removal. I'm not so concerned about the milling, unless they mill both my Elesh Norns. Okay, so let's just swing in and attack, see what they do. If they block with their Rune Crab, I might go see a pair of goblins and actually block that and just kill it. That puts some more pressure on our opponent. Okay. Yeah, don't highlight the card. Oh, okay. Next turn. Yeah, I think he suspected something was up there. Okay, so we'll go to a wedding announcement. Wedding announcements are a really good way for white to get some card draw, because normally white doesn't have any ability to get card draw, so, we'll see. Okay, do they have a counter spell? Doesn't seem like they would in blue-green, right? Like, usually counter spells are blue-blue, right? Like, require 2 blue, but there are some. There could be like a negate or something like that. So I'm going to draw a card. Now, he should let me draw a card. If he's milling me, he probably wants me to draw a card. That's not really what I wanted, but okay. Scrying, sure. Probably looking for land. Or some sort of land recovery card, like a way to get land. Okay. If I can transmogrify, I think I'm going to go Forbidden Friendship next turn. Just keep going wider and wider, and then, or do I want to go into transmogrifying? Gem Razor, okay. Sure. Oh, that's very clever. That's not very nice. Okay, fine. We'll go and transmogrify then. Yes. Get an Elesh Norn down. Okay. We'll swing in then. Okay, the next turn we can go Needle Verge Pathway, play a Forbidden Friendship, and then potentially even see a pair of goblins. So, Ruin Crab, yeah, don't care. Okay, yep. So, an interesting landfall deck, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Because they're going to have to block next turn otherwise and lose their creatures. Otherwise, they're going to be in a crap ton of trouble. Gaia's Blessing. Okay, don't care. I do like Gaia's Blessing as a card, but I think in this matchup it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, yeah, just cycling cards. That's okay, they're tapped out. So next turn, I could just Portable Hole, but okay, let's go Forbidden Friendship. Play the Needle Verge Pathway on red. And let's just swing in and see what happens here. So we're swinging for 10, right? If he doesn't block anything, then we'll go see a pair of goblins. Alright. Creatures we control get +2/+0. And 16 damage. Good game! Give our opponent the G's. Alright, so that's pretty much how this deck works, right? So we're pretty much like trying to transmogrify into Elesh Norn. It just creates a very, very oppressive board state, for your opponent. And then you can surprise them. We got a few combat tricks. You can create a ton of creatures. And even getting like a +1 or a +2 when you've got like 5, 6, 7 creatures out is really, really rough on your opponent. But anyways, there you go. That's how Boros Tokens plays. Alright, so let's see if we can go play something else. There's a handful of decks like I have in a multitude of colors, mainly because it's more fun to play like different ones, and it's also easier to meet your daily rewards. All right, so Dormant Grove. Let's take a look at this one. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if that creature has a toughness 6 or greater, transform Dormant Grove and it becomes a 3/6 creature. Tree folk with other creatures you control have vigilance. Ah, interesting. But I don't know, putting a +1, I don't know if I'd just rather put +1/+1 counter on creatures I control, but I guess this could get kind of out of control if you just let it sit on the battlefield for too long, right? So you can do it for a short time. Although if you just keep on piling on creatures, then, like you could just put on small creatures and keep doing this. So I guess this is actually a pretty decent card. All right. Let's go crack a pack. So let's go, we'll go crack a pack and see how we're doing. All right, so yeah, I have actually collected a whole ton of packs to open, but let's get them out here so you can see we got here. There we go. Just like ton and ton of packs, right? Like, so I don't know, pick one at random, I guess. Let's go with this. Zendikar Rising. All right, so let's see how we do. My webcam is facing sideways here, so. All right, so we got Zendikar Rising here. All right, so I'm going to crack that and see what we get. Now, the thing I like about Zendikar Rising is that we have a whole bunch of dual modal cards in there, and so it could be really good. All right, so let's see. Got a nothing. Okay, then. Oh, interesting. They played their rare on the top. Okay, so let's go play it the other way. So we got Dreadworm, Grotag Bug Catcher. Interesting. Skyclave Squid. Oh, Prowling Felidar. I actually like this card a lot. And this card, actually, it feels really smooth. It's actually kind of a really nice one. But I think this card is really an underplayed card. Like a 4-mana 2/3 doesn't seem very great, but it has Vigilance. And then it gets a +1/+1 counter. It's not even until end of turn, right? So it's actually, I think, a really undervalued card. Okay, Expedition Healer. Marasa Brute. Kabira Outrider. Okay, Hagra Constrictor. Nimani Sky Dancer. Okay, Synchronous Spellcraft. Now we're getting into these. Yeah, these cards feel like they just feel different. They feel smoother, right? So, Allied Assault. All right. Let's see. Vine Gecko. Jawar Disruption's a really great card. And again, a dual modal card. So this is what I mean. Like dual modal cards, I think are really undervalued. Being able to put this in your deck and then, if you don't need it, being able to turn it into a land is really sweet, right? And so you got Oran Refuse. Hey, that's actually a pretty decent card too. So, all right, I will take it. So, okay, let's just put those aside and we will get back and play another match. All right, so let's go play another match here. Let's go play something else. So we played Boros Tokens. So that's when I have to play blue, white, or red. I do also have another white deck. Let's go Historic Prison. Okay, Historic Prison is a fun deck if you just like locking out your opponent. It's not that great against very fast decks, but once you get the lock on someone, it can be super, super oppressive. Right. Eventually, what we're trying to do is just be a pain in the ass for our opponent, and then eventually just stop them from doing really anything. Right. Eventually, we'll just blow up their lands. Okay, so I got Dawn of Hope. I would prefer if we had a form of ramp, but don't really see that. We are on the play, on the draw. So. We'll see. Okay, if I can draw some life gain thing, way of gaining life quickly or ramping, then this could be really good. If we're playing against creatures, it could be really good as well. So we'll try it out. The worst that happens is you lose, and you lose. All right, so no big deal. If our opponent decides to actually play at some point here. All right. Okay. We're just waiting for our opponent. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of these sort of like I know it's awful, but I really like decks that like lock your opponent out, right? That just stop them from playing. I think the phrase that I like to use is I didn't make this up for sure, but it's like I like playing Magic when you can't play Magic. All right, so Evolving Wilds and I like that Evolving Wilds. I actually want to collect all the D&D lands, like all the module lands. So, okay, that's all right. Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, now the reason why I like Grafdigger's Cage is because Grafdigger's Cage can totally hose certain strategies, right? It just depends what your opponent's playing. Okay, so if they're playing Form of Elves, they're probably just using this to ramp in some way, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to get this down so, well, it can't be countered, because Dawn of Hope is very, very difficult for people to deal with. It's like ongoing card draw, and it's also a way of just generating creatures, right? So, and once those creatures do damage, right, then you can use it to pay 2 and just draw an extra card. So it's actually pretty sweet. Lotus Cobra. All right, so looks like our opponent's trying to ramp to something big. Okay, so this turn we're going to go play into Heraldic Banner on white, and then we'll get a Grafdigger's Cage. All right, there we go. Next turn, we've got a Cleansing Nova to destroy anything our opponent might put down. Could be a landfall deck, although I'm wondering why they're playing snow-covered anything, right? So, oh yeah, okay, they want lands. All right, so yeah, they're looking for lands. Now, ultimately, my deck here is a land destruction deck, right? So I'm trying to kill lands eventually. Well, that's okay. Our opponent, okay, that's fine. Okay, sure. I will wipe the board next turn. Okay, so destroy all creatures. There we go. And then next turn I'll play Heraldic Banner. Do I play Heraldic Banner or do I just make a token and then play Heraldic Banner? We'll see. It depends what our opponent does. Elvish Archdruid, sure. I think I just make a token. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn. They might swing in with their Archdruid. If they do, I will just block it with a token and kill it. Right? Sometimes people forget that Dawn of Hope can actually create... Yeah, that's such a weird deck our opponent's playing. People forget that Dawn of Hope can actually make a creature and you can surprise them like this. Right? And then they just swing into something and just lose a creature. Alright. Okay. Let's go play Heraldic Banner on white again. Okay. If it looks like our opponent is mostly creature based. Yeah, they're only blue so that they can, I think, get more get more lands, using it to ramp. Alright, so yeah, anyways, let's see how we're doing. Okay, yeah, hit me for 5. Okay, sure. Ooh, pretty big, 7/7. Yep, that hurts. Oh, okay, so let's go cleanse, destroy all creatures, and put down a Fountain of Renewal. Now we're drawing a card and gaining a life every turn. Right, so at the cost of 2 mana every turn, I can just keep drawing an extra card. Poppet Stitcher, okay. Yeah, auto pay, we can pay that. Get an extra card. Now Poppet Stitcher's got a weird ability. So we're just going to go Ixalan's Binding and get rid of that guy. That guy can be a huge pain in our ass, so... Alright, you can see what we're doing though. It's just like total prison deck, right? Like just trying to make our opponent's lives as painful as possible. Okay, that Lair of the Hydra could be a problem, but we do have ways of dealing with that as well. Okay, so we will pay. Auto pay. There we go. Sorcerous Spyglass is a good one. So we'll play a Sorcerous Spyglass on Lair of the Hydra. Right, so they won't be able to change it into a Hydra. Oh, they have this. Coma. Can't be countered. Yeah, that's fine. So, Lair of the Hydra. Done. Okay, we'll put this down and get a Leyline of Sanctity. Okay, there we go. And so this way we are protected. Yeah, it's just like, okay, can they get this down right now? Yep. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent. Okay. But we can obviously just seal this away. So it's not the end of the world. Right, so... It gives it indestructible, but it doesn't actually give it... Yeah, it gives it indestructible, it doesn't give it hexproof. So we cannot take this 6 here, so we have to hold... Like, we can't take this 6 from Coma. So we'll end turn. Yeah, that hurts. Okay, so they're going to swing in for sure. They'll crack that. Okay. I'd be shocked if they didn't swing with it, but okay. Because they know if they don't, I'll just block with my... We'll just make a token and block. Yep. Okay, so seal you away. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, it doesn't make you hexproof, just makes you indestructible. Yeah, that's not an activated ability. That's a triggered ability. Yep. Yep. Your big-ass creature just got sealed away. Oh, wait. Oh, I could have actually blocked, but okay, I didn't. No big deal. Yep. Okay, let's go and make a creature, I guess, with this. We'll swing in with it later. Just, he'll block it. Could have prevented some damage, but that's okay. I think he's got lifelink, yeah, so I get it back. Alright, auto pay, yep. Oh, another Fountain of Renewal. Okay, so let's go. We'll get Immortal Sun and get a free Fountain of Renewal down. And we will just not attack this turn. Nope. Right. This way our opponent is less likely to swing in against us. Anticipate, sure. Okay. So putting something in their hands. I have another Cleansing Nova against this Allosaurus Shepherd. Sure. Each elf you control. Okay, so I've got to... He can pump that Elvish Visionary up. Okay, so now with this Immortal Sun, I'm going to be drawing and two fountains here. I'll be drawing like 3-4 cards a turn, so I'll be able to fill up really fast here. Not too worried. Yeah, they're going to hit me for 6, but I'll gain back 4 from my lifelinker. Yep, so there we go. Alright, now I need to hold up 4 mana, and I have access to 9. So I can draw some cards here. Auto pay. And I think that's all I should do here. There we go. Okay, so just Cleansing Nova. Destroy all creatures. Let's go Scribe, see what we got next. Another land. No, we don't need another land. Alright, end turn. Go ahead, opponent. Our opponent's probably wondering like what the hell our whole plan is. Alright, so that's good. Now if we don't get what we want, we'll just start making tokens and pounding our opponent with it. Okay, another Dawn of Hope. Oh, there's one part of our combo. Follow the Thran. Okay, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, end turn. On our opponent's end step, we'll just make a 4/1. Ugin. Interesting. Okay. Ugin. Destroy target permanents, 1 or more colors. Most of my stuff is actually not 1 or more colors. He didn't even activate it? Weird. Okay, well I guess you just lost your Ugin for nothing. Could have killed something of mine at least. Okay, auto pay, sure. Gotta drop 2 things. Okay, so what do we drop? Leyline of Sanctity and... Oh, I guess we'll just get rid of some of our... No, I think some of the lands. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna make another thing on our opponent's end step here. Okay, so if we get a bishop here, a bygone bishop, or is it? If we get whatever the bishop is that we need, then we'll just destroy all our opponent's lands. Oh, Divine Visitation. Okay, that could be the game ender right there. Okay, so let's go Scry. That's the one. Remorseful Cleric. That's what we need. Okay, so we just gained life twice. We will get that card. Okay, decline, end turn, and we got to discard 3 cards. So Divine Visitation, Seal Away, Settle the Wreckage. Sure. Okay, now play a land. Let it be a land. Oh, Llanowar Elves. Okay, no big deal. Okay, so pass the turn. We don't have enough mana to make anything, so okay. So decline, decline, drawing 2 cards, sure. Oh, okay. So let's put down this Heraldic Banner while we can. White, get on a fountain for free. I'm gonna tap all our mana. Now we're gonna go to holding full control for this. Okay, then we're gonna go to Fall of Thran, auto pay, resolve, destroy all lands. Okay, then we'll go to a Remorseful Cleric, resolve. Okay, and then we will exile our whole opponent's graveyard. Right, so now Fall of Thran will actually allow me to get more creatures, and then we'll go and make an angel as well. So activate ability and make a auto pay. Resolve. There we go. And we'll swing in for 10 with lifelink. Okay, our opponent should just concede at this time. Like, you got a Llanowar Elves. Decline. Decline. End turn. Alright, yeah, when this deck, like, it's actually has a better than 50-50 win rate, but yeah, when it goes off, it's so good. Right, so yeah, anyways, like, there you go. It just blew up my opponent's, like, all my opponent's lands, like, constant board wipes. Let's see, so they lost, like you can see, they just lost, like, a ton of creatures. You know, we just have so many board wipes, ways of getting rid of stuff. I'm surprised that they didn't use Ugin. Like, they didn't like bump him up, use this +1 and at least make a blocker or something, right? Like, there's other things they could have done. I think they were just in despair, right? So yeah, anyways, you can see like how many little enchantments and artifacts we got going, right? Like, yeah, once this deck gets going, it's super oppressive, and once you blow up all your opponent's lands, it's really, really rough, right? So anyways, there we go. That's that one there. All right, so let's go crack open a pack here. So let's see, what should we open this time? Should we open, like, all right, too bad you guys aren't watching, as I know I have to schedule like a regular time, but let's see what we got here. What's interesting? We got Innistrad, Shadows over Innistrad, old pack. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, we got OGW, Oath of the Gatewatch. These are all just old packs that I haven't had a chance to crack, but you can see I've got, like, so zoom back, you got, like, a ton of packs here, right? So what is this one here? Welcome Booster. Let's not open the Welcome Booster. I want to actually hold that off and talk about, like, if Welcome Boosters are actually worth it, or, they're free, so of course they're worth it. Mystery Booster, we could do that. Sure, let's crack a Mystery Booster, and let's see, this Modern Horizons 2. Sure, let's go. Why don't we go with those two and see how we do? All right, so let's crack some packs. Here, let's throw in another one here. So let's throw in a Time Spiral. All right, so we're going to crack 3 packs. See how we do. Then we'll go cover some more different matches here. Okay, so opening Time Spiral. Hopefully this is a good pack here. All right, so let's see, get this in the camera here. Now, they're upside down. So, okay, so commons on top here. So we got Piracy Charm. I actually like the charms. I think that they're neat in that they let you have, like, some access to. Let's move the camera over here. Put it right in the dragon's mouth, right? So that's actually a pretty nice playmat as well. So yeah. Yeah, in that they give you choices, right? So, Battering Sliver, right? So slivers have trample. This would be, I think eventually I might try and make a Slivers commander deck, but we'll see. Kavu Primarch, Mind Stab, Rift Elemental. So Rift Elemental sees some play. Limp Sliver, that could be okay. Trespasser Ilvec. Let's see, Pallid Microderm. Right. Dreamscape Artist. Okay, Spore-Sower Thallid. Cloud Seeder. Lost Auramancers does see play. Oh, and my card, my rare, Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll's really sweet. You can't really go wrong with that. We also got an Abrupt Decay. That is actually a really good card as well. Can't be countered, destroy target non-land permanent. And we even got a foil, a Chromatic Star foil, right? So, ooh, look at that. That's pretty sweet, right? I don't believe that this is the original. I think there's a new artwork for it as well. And we picked up a Saproling. I feel like that was a good pack. All right, so, okay, let's go maybe get lucky with Modern Horizons 2. See if we can find, like, some decent cards in here. Okay, so we got our art card. Okay, the art cards I actually use in my Jumpstart cube. All right. well, it's actually, yeah, it's kind of like a jumpstart cube, but I make like in my own packs for it as well. But yeah, I use these with a like a little Dymo labeler to say like the title of the pack and stuff like that. So yeah, okay, so got a plains. Mist Vault Bridge. So dual lands are actually pretty good. Even these tapped ones, it's always nice to have lands. If you're new to Magic, like don't ever throw out lands. Like it's like okay, if it's just a plains like this, then whatever. You still probably don't want to throw it out. But like any dual lands like this they're always good to have. Especially this one is an artifact land as well. That should probably go into my Pauper Affinity deck. I'm actually going to put that aside for that exact reason. Okay, so Cabal Initiate, Thorax Canticle, World Weary. Okay, Mystic Redaction, Feast of Sanity. Okay, Dress Down. Okay, and then we got a rare. Oh, that's so weird. There's an extra. Oh yeah, we got two rares. So we got Dress Down. So let's see. Flash. When Dress Down enters the battlefield, draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities at the beginning of the end step. Sacrifice Dress Down. Interesting. So okay. Then we also got another rare. AV Progenitor Ooze. So another ooze has Storm, and isn't legendary if it's a token. Okay, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each other token. So this would be like a token tribal type or a ooze tribal type deck. All right, so we got Sea Drake. All right. Oh, we got one of these, a Lens Flare. Great affinity for artifacts. So Lens Flare deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Right, so that's actually pretty cool. That could also go into Pauper Affinity. We got a foil Burdened Aerialist. All right, and a food token. All right, so cool. All right, last one that we're going to open today, or right now, is let's go for the Mystery Booster. Mystery Booster, is there anything good in there? No, it's a mystery. I actually got a couple booster boxes of Mystery Boosters, but it's been hard to want to open them. So, okay, just because I want to save it for something special. Okay, these ones again feel different. They feel smooth, right? So Thraben Standard Bearer. Let's see. So you can. It's a 1/1 for 1. Okay, but it has an ability. Discard a card. Put a 1/1 White Human Soldier creature token onto the battlefield. That's not the worst. So for 2 mana, you can make a 1/1. Like just constantly make 1/1s. Sure. Oh, Adanto Vanguard. That card is ridiculous. This is like the most annoying vampire card, right? Because like for 4 life, it's it's like a 3/1 for 2, but then you pay 4 life and become indestructible. Like it's just so hard to get rid of on the battlefield, especially in Vampire Tribal. All right, so we got Mnemonic Wall, which sees some play. Brine Elemental also sees some play. I've played Brine Elemental before somewhere. Okay, so Unyielding Krumar, Urg Raiders, okay, Shenanigans. What's Shenanigans? Destroy target artifact, Sorcery Speed, and Dredge. Oh, okay, so you can just dredge it back to your hand. All right, interesting. Okay, so Thresher Lizard. Okay, and then we got Byway Courier. I like how these are all like, they're with their original set symbol as well. So Colossal Dreadmaw is pretty decent. Ethereal Ambush. Okay, so we have Farmstead Gleaner. Okay, then we got Nullspine Dragon. Okay, so a 7 mana 7/5 with flying. When it comes into play, you may discard your hand and draw cards equal to the damage dealt to target opponent this turn. Okay, that's kind of weird. I guess, like, probably when you have 7 mana, you probably don't have a lot of like cards left in your hand anyways. So like even if you picked up a few, it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, and Caged Sun, and looky here, we got this Mirrored Lotus. All right, I'm actually curious. I'm gonna go check right now. How much is a Mirrored Lotus worth? Okay, so Mirrored Lotus. Let's go. I don't know. Let's go look at Star City Games. Oh my goodness. Mirrored Lotus is worth $70. All right, sweet. All right, just a moment here. I'm going to pause the stream while I go and sleeve this card up. All right, I am back, and I didn't actually get a chance to sleeve it. I just took out sleeves, and I don't know where I put that sleeve. All right, let's hang on. I guess I'll just get another one. But yeah, I just pulled out a sleeve, and then I talked to him. My wife came and talked to me. Oh, it's sitting on the nice. It's sitting right there. All right. So there we go. One mirrored lotus going into the sleeve. All right, that's going to go into trade binder. $70 US. That's actually great, which means that, like, well, that pack just paid for itself, right? And it also gave me some useful cards as well. So, whew, that was an amazing, amazing crack. Okay, let's go play. I have time to play just a little bit more, right? And then we'll get back into it. So, got my keyboard back on my screen. Let's go back and see if we can play. I'll show you guys one other deck I like to play. Everyone knows I like to play Mill, but one that I do like to play is this Historic Obliterator as well. Now, what we're trying to do with Historic Obliterator is we are trying to ramp quickly into an Obliterator and force it to fight, or else get our opponent with a Ulamog or a Torment of Hailfire. The whole rest of our deck is all just removal and ramp. Right, so this could be good. So we got a Torment of Hailfire, we got some removal, and we're going to start with Overgrown Tomb into Gaia's Blessing to cycle a card, hopefully pick up a land. With that land, we'll get Cultivate. And the thing is, as we are pulling cards out of our deck, what we're really doing, we need black. Mainly always want to play black, but we're actually just thinning our deck. Right, so like we're just drawing more and more action cards if we like the more lands we play. Right, so eventually at the end we have like all our lands out, and once we get all our lands out, yeah, okay, they will probably take Torment of Hailfire. That's what I would do, but Cultivate would probably be the better card to take. Right, so Cultivate's oh really. Okay, interesting. Oh, missed my land drop. Okay, that sucks. Missing land drops in this deck is really harsh. Okay, so let's see. What's our opponent playing? Okay, once I get to 4 mana, then I'm doing pretty good. So, yeah, okay. Now they'll probably take Torment of Hailfire. Yeah, don't really care about that. That's like a late game card. Okay, sweet. So go to Cultivate. We're going to grab... Now we want mainly all swamps, right? So next turn I will grab a swamp and a forest, mainly just because I want to have 2 greens, but in general we want all swamps. Okay, Liliana, not so good. Oof. Discards a card. Ritual Soot, I guess. Okay, we do have ways... We do have ways of getting rid of that. Okay, so let's go green. We'll put that down, and then play the swamp. Okay, so you can see like ramping fairly quickly. Okay, you got 7 mana next turn. Okay, if she makes us discard, it's not a huge deal. Yeah, our opponent just wants us to discard like crazy. But discard strategies like are really kind of sketchy sometimes. Right, like, yeah, they can be really, really weird. We'll get rid of this Pounce, right? Because also, oh, here we go. Phyrexian Arena, drawing 2 cards per turn. Next end turn, they can make me discard, but now I'm likely to find like something that can really help. I do need to get rid of this Liliana at some point here, but I could potentially hit him with a Torment of Hailfire as well. Resolve, sure. Now I don't have any cards in hand, so that means though on their end step I can just draw a card for 1 life. Okay, I do have to find like a Vraska's Contempt. Okay, or something. Alright, well that's decent. Go with that, enters tapped. Okay, end turn. This could really suck though. Target on from a graveyard. Okay. Alright. Just gotta make sure I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. Luckily, I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. Does he have any good creatures? Torment. Okay, sure. There are ways for me to get rid of this as well. So potentially I could get a Ulamog. Yeah, there's other things I can do to get rid of this. What I probably do not want to get... lose 3 life. Yeah, there we go. Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 5. Do I just not have enough? Oh my goodness, I've got 9. 9! I say we're okay. So what she's going to do is she's going to make me discard my Ulamog. I'm just 1 short. 1 short! Oh, that would have just turned the whole game around. Alright, let's try again. Let's try again. Alright. And you know why? It's because I missed my 3rd land drop. That's why. Had I not missed that 1 land drop, I would have been able to cast out Ulamog. Oh, that's what I mean. Like this deck is like super hungry. So like it really wants mana a lot. All right. So, anyways, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just get an unfavorable matchup. Surprisingly, though, all of these decks win probably more than 50% of the time. This is one of my win conditions here, where I can get a Phyrexian Obliterator down and then a pounce, right? Just pounce my opponent. Okay, so Stitcher Supplier is not the end of the world. I'm gonna wait to play that Bojuka Bog, if I can, and get them to fill up their graveyard, because they probably want to have, if they're playing Stitcher Supplier, they probably have some form of, yeah, they want to mill. What do they want to mill? Okay, so something big. Okay, well I guess I gotta do this now. Not really what I wanted to do yet, but I do need the mana. Okay, so I need to kind of ramp quickly here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, hopefully pick up a land. Not what I wanted. Okay, sure. What are they putting down? Carrion Grub. Okay, so let's get rid of Phyrexian Arena. I don't know if we need 2 of them. Right, 2 of them might be a little harsh. Okay, but I could really use... Oh, for God's sakes, okay. Okay, getting land screwed like that is just really harsh. That's not like, you know, if we're so far behind the ball here, because all of our stuff starts at 4 mana, and not getting any lands, like, just so brutal. But we do have like something like 26 lands or something like that in this deck. Like, I don't know why we would get land screwed, but you know, that's what Arena does to you sometimes. It's the gods of luck, right? So let's try again, right? So see if we can knock out a win there. Whew! I'm still excited. Still excited. We got this Mirrored Lotus, right? Like, you know, interesting. Let's see. For 0 mana, as this enters the battlefield, each opponent may pay 0. When they do, they create a copy of this, except it lacks the ability. Okay, that makes sense. Exile card name, add 3 mana of any 1 color. Interesting. Alright, yeah, I think we can do this. So we'll go turn 1, pay the damage, and then go to Fountain of Renewal. Sure. Pay 2 life, go to Fountain of Renewal. That's going to help us gain back a life. We will go to Overgrown Tomb, and then play, depending on what we get, if we get a land here, because Ritual of Soot is just going to wreck our opponent here. Right, so we do really want to get this. Okay, let's enter tapped, and we'll play Reclaim the Waste and go get a swamp. Okay, because we really want to, we need to hit these first 4 lands like really bad. Right, got to get this Ritual of Soot out, otherwise our opponent's going to wreck us with all their zombies. As it goes, we also have to take like a few more blows from this, so we're going to take 4 from here. Yeah, that's harsh. Yeah, it's going to be hard to deal with, especially if we don't get a land here. Okay, so land. Let's go. Okay, whew. Now, do we just lose? I don't think they can do 12 to us right away. And if they do, if they hit us hard, we can still play more. What's this? Okay, hit me for... Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, can they get me for these last 3? Not this turn. All right. Whew. And I'm gaining back a life. If I hadn't played this Fountain of Renewal, I would be really rough. Okay. Yep. And we will Ritual of Soot you again. Okay. Treasure, but they only have 2 cards. Okay. Do they have another zombie? If they do, I can throw down the Obliterator. Right, so we can block. Alright, alright. That's okay. Phyrexian Obliterator is pretty good. I cannot play the arenas yet. Okay, what is this guy? Sure. Let's go attack. What is this? So, he has to sacrifice a permanent to cast that. Okay. So he needs to have a permanent first. As soon as he puts any permanent down, I will hit it with Binding of the Old Gods. Alright, alright. Looking good so far. Let's see, we can also hit him with a Torment of Hailfire for 3 on this. Haha! Alright, alright. There we go, there's a win. Alright, so this one I think we just got not really lucky, but it was a good matchup. It's mainly, our opponent's mainly playing creatures. We just happen to have a lot of board sweepers. I wish I could have shown you guys the ramp and hitting someone like, very often with this deck, you can hit someone with a Torment of Hailfire for like 10 to 12 or whatever. It's like just really, really difficult. Right, so anyways, but still, getting 2 Obliterators down is pretty sweet. We were lethal next turn. Our opponent really didn't have any way of dealing with it. And just as we were kind of mana screwed, they actually got mana flooded. Yeah, so that's sometimes how it happens. Right, so anyways, before I go, let's go crack a few more packs, and then I'll leave you guys with that, and you guys can enjoy it. So I'll try and make a regular time for us to play together, so we can maybe get together, hang out, and actually have some people in the stream. So let's go to pack opening here. All right, let's crack. How about a few more packs here? So what do we have? I got a whole bunch of Strixhaven. Let's see. I have, okay, let's do this. Throne of Eldraine, Strixhaven, and what else do we have? Here we go, Kaldheim. All right, so there we go. We'll open up 3 more packs, see how we do. All right, and see if there's anything good in these. All right, so let's go Eldraine first. If I can open up the pack. All right. Always so scared you're gonna like damage the card when you open it. Okay, Garruk, Cursed Huntsman. Oh, great. That's pretty decent there. Okay, then we got a Swamp. Oh, rare's on the top, but still, I'll take Dance of the Manse. Dance of the Manse is actually a really good card. All right, we got a Cauldron's Gift, Shepherd of the Flock, Mad Ratter, Barrow Witches, Lash of Thorns, Charmed Sleep, Crashing Drawbrig, Bloodhaze Wolverine, basically nothing in Cease Play, Wishful Merfolk, Knight of the Keep, Ardenvale Paladin, Queen of Ice. Right, so, I mean, interesting, but hey, I will actually take it, you know. Dance of the Manse, it's a good card. All right, we can actually go check and see how much it costs. If it's worth anything. I actually don't even know. I know it's played. Dance of the Manse. Let's see. Star City Games has it as $2, right, for the pre-release one. So not worth anything, but at least it's you know, a played card. There are some decks that want it. Okay, so let's go open up a Strixhaven deck. Okay, so we got Rise of the Extus, Spiteful Squad. I feel like Strixhaven didn't get as much love as it should have. You know, Ageless Guardian, Resculpt, Heated Debate, Big Play, Novice Dissector. Environmental Sciences sees a lot of play. All right. Dina Soulsteeper, also pretty decent. Divide by Zero is actually a pretty good card. It's funny, return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its owner's hand. Right, so, alright. Lorehold Excavation. Okay, and then for a rare, we got Flame Scroll Celebrant, which is a dual modal card. And instead, you can cast an instant, so your opponent can't cast spells or activate Planeswalker's Loyalties ability this turn. All right, all right. An interesting one. This is kind of like just silence. I have a deck that actually puts silence on an Isochron Scepter. Okay, we got a Duress, right? So a good alternate art Duress. Then we got a Strict Proctor as a foil. That's actually, the artwork is actually really nice. Like I like how like the runes in the background grow or glow. Okay, got Spirit. Okay, let's open up Kaldheim. All right. Let's see. I don't know if there's really anything amazing at Kaldheim, but let's go take a look. Okay, so this is the last one, and then I have to head. So, okay, so Elf Warrior, snow covered on. Okay, so they put the rare on the top again. So we got Redain, God of the Worthy. Right, so let's see. She's a 3-mana 2/3 legendary god, flying, vigilant, snow lands your opponent's control, enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, non-creature spells your opponents cast with conversion mana cost 4 or greater cost 2 more. So it's like a taxing one. It's dual modal, so what's on the back? Oh yeah, okay, I've seen this one. So the Protector Shield. If a source or opponent controls would deal damage to you, or permanent you control, prevent one of that. That's actually really good for hosing like token decks, right? Whenever you or another permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability and opponent controls, counter that spell. Yeah, that's actually a huge tax. Okay, so we got Rune of Sustenance, Trickster God's Heist. I really like the artwork of cards like this, right? So let's see, we got Miss Litajara, Demon Bolt. Okay, Run Ashore, Goldvein Pick. That's interesting. Struggle for Skemkar, Skull Raid, Broken Wings, Seize the Spoils, Raiders Carve, a vehicle, and Warhorn Blast. All right, interesting. All right, so that's the packs that we got to crack today. So I'll try and come back next Sunday afternoon. Hopefully we can make a specific time to come and do this. And you guys can come join me and crack some packs and hang out and maybe even do some direct challenges. But that is it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.